Q&A time, everybody. I'm ready. Y'all ready? Let's do it.
DreAllDay.com.
What's up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This is Q&A time. This is coming out on Saturday. Today is Friday, September 26, 2014. You'll be watching this on Saturday the 27th. I record these every Friday. I go through the comments of the previous Q&A vid, which is Q&A number 37. I'm going to read the comments from that, reply to all your questions right here on the spot, and you'll be watching this Q&A 38. You got questions you want answered, you leave them in the comments of Q&A 38. This video, you'll see them answered in the next one, Q&A 39, next Saturday. For those who don't know, my name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day. Website is DreAllDay.com. I do this Q&A every week, as I just explained. Any of you who have left a question or comment here that does not get answered is one of two reasons why it didn't get answered. Number one, you said something stupid. Number two, for whatever reason, Google didn't show you a comment. Now, if you don't have a Google Plus account and it's not linked to your YouTube or whatever, sometimes they hide comments or they don't let me reply to the comment that you left. So if you don't see a comment responded to, it was one of two reasons, and that's it. Don't bitch and complain to me about it. Just leave it again and make sure you get it right the next time. So we're going to get right into this. As you see, I'm sitting here in the parking lot. It's been a long ass day. I'm tired as fuck. I need something to eat. We're gonna knock out these questions right now. Let's go. First question is Funny Gamer 18 says you post these early. Right about that. Enrique Martin says, Dre, I'm 16 years old. Am I too young to drink protein? Well, Enrique, drinking protein has nothing to do with your age. It has to do with why you're drinking it and what exactly you're trying to get, what exactly you're trying to accomplish by drinking it. And judging from the way that you asked that question, the context of your question, I don't think you have any idea why you would be taking protein. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you did, then you could probably look up that information and find out. I don't think you have enough information to even know why you would be taking it. I don't think you need to take protein at age 16. Your body is still growing. And anyway, you first of all need to figure out why you're taking protein, because then once you figure that out, then you know exactly what you need to do. So figure that part out first and then come back if you still got questions. Abdul Azam says, I heard if you play basketball, people who are better than you, it makes your game better. I'm not sure if it's true, so does it really improve your game? Should I still do drills? Well, Abdul, you're not sure if it's true. Why don't you go do it, and then you'll find out if it's true. That's my answer to that part. Should you still do drills? If you want to develop your skills, you have to do drills. If you want to develop your instincts and the way you play in games, your gameplay ability, you got to play in games. So you need to do both. It's not an either or thing, it's both. Swole Cam says, if you must pick one yourself, what would you rather have? A beard like James Harden or a unibrow like Anthony Davis? Probably the beard, because I don't think it's possible to grow a unibrow. Next question. Them Rican Boys says, who's my surprise team this year and who I got in the finals? I don't have a surprise team. Who I got in the finals? Off the top of my head, I'll say the Cavs and the Spurs, but I haven't even really thought about the NBA teams and the moves and what every team is composed of this year yet. Haven't even thought about it yet, so it's not really a good time to ask me that. Casual 87 says, do I have any more Dre stories on my channel? Well, Casual, go over to the channel and you'll get your answer. Andrew Cerner says, Bulls or Cavs? So I just said the Cavs in the finals, so for now I'll say Cavs, but again, I haven't really thought about the NBA teams and how they match up yet. Jesse Witt says, thanks for making all these vids possible, making it possible for us to watch, and thanks for telling me to work on my game. Glad to hear that, Jesse. You're welcome. He says, this year I won Most Improved Player. I went from Division 5 to Division 3. He lost some weight. Thank you for helping me get off the couch, exercise, and work on my game. Congratulations, Jesse, and you're welcome. Congrats on your progress. Patrick from JNC says, when I have tryouts, I get nervous because the coach is there. I play great when other people are watching, but when the coach is there, I play worse. What can I do to help this? Patrick, I just put out a video yesterday for you and everyone else, how to make the basketball team. 3 tips that you must follow in order to succeed at tryouts. Just put out the video yesterday. Go look that up. Graham Hall says, what do I think of Lance Stevenson's game? I think Lance is a very talented player. There's not really much more context I can give you. I didn't watch that much Pacers last year except in the playoffs. I think he's a talented player. He's a guy who could average somewhere from 18 to 22 points a game for a team, which I think he will have plenty of chances to do now that he's on the Bobcats. And ain't really much else I can say about his game. Ask me something specific and I'll tell you. Ahmed Masood says, besides myself, who's my favorite person on YouTube? That's a good question. Favorite person on YouTube besides me? Trying to think who else videos I absolutely have to watch if I see they put something out. and there's nobody I absolutely have to watch. There's a bunch of people I watch, but there's nobody who's really a priority. I go days without watching any YouTube videos. Travis says, what are my thoughts on women getting into coaching on the NBA level? How do I think the players will react? I think she'll be respected, because obviously she had to have some respect already built up in order to even get that job. I think she'll be respected, and I think it's going to open the door for more women to get coaching jobs in the NBA. Same way that men get coaching jobs in the WNBA. Balling Like the Raptors says, he says something stupid. See, these are the kind of questions that don't get replied to. Next question, this guy, his name is in Chinese or Japanese lettering, so I can't say it. He says, thanks for the video. I feel good and comfortable with the ball. I can handle well now. And he says, is it time to start combining moves to get tight with the ball? Well, I don't know if it's time. You would actually have to answer that for yourself. You, the one who knows what your game is and what you need to get better at. Any player out there, if you don't know what you need to do to get better, then something is wrong. Because you're the one out there on the court. Every time you played, you were there 100% of the time. So if you don't know what you need to do, nobody else is going to know what you need to do. You need to be able to analyze yourself way better than you can analyze anybody else. Next question. Reezy's 1517 says, I'm 6'2", I can't dunk. Every time I go for a dunk, ball hits off the rim, I also can't pound the ball. Any tips? Reezy, you need to jump higher. You ain't got no bounce yet. That's why you can't dunk. DreAllDay.com/jump. That's the only thing you need to do. You jump higher, you'll be making your dunks. That had nothing to do with your hands. Young Dynasty says, how do you strip the ball from someone who's dribbling like Russell Westbrook does? Well, you had to explain what that means by dribbling like Russell Westbrook, because Russell Westbrook has bounced the ball 100,000 times in his NBA career. I don't think he does it exactly the same way every time, so you got to give me a little bit more detail than that. And if you need to ask how to strip the ball from somebody, you don't need to be trying to strip the ball. You need to play sound fundamental defense, which means staying between your man and the ball, tracing the ball with your hands, and being active with your feet and hands. That's it. There is no trying to strip the ball. If you got to try to strip it, you probably shouldn't be doing it. You're probably going to get blown by, scored on, and then you're going to get called to the bench for getting scored on trying to go for steals. Khalil Rowe says, Dre, thanks for the video. You're welcome, Khalil. Justin Francois Paul says, what's the difference between the vertical jump hoop handbook and the jump manual? Very simple. Vertical jump hoop handbook is a 7-day program. It is a short program that will increase your vertical jump using no equipment, no weights, nothing. The jump manual is a 12-week comprehensive explosion and vertical jump program, which you will need weights, you will need a facility. So they're just a more comprehensive program and a short kind of quick hitter program. That's the difference between the two. He says, can I use a medicine ball? He says, can I use a basketball as a medicine ball? He says, can I use a basketball as a medicine ball? Yes, you can, but a basketball is not a medicine ball. So it wouldn't be a medicine ball, it'd be a basketball. And if you want full results from the jump manual, because a medicine ball is part of the program, you need to do exactly as the program says, not making all these alterations, especially using less weight. Is about explosion, so you need to get the right weights. Sebastian Daza says, is it my plans to make a Lance Stevenson hoop handbook? Yeah, I guess so, why not? Jeezy Dog PSN said, how would I describe Carmelo's offensive game? I say he's a great scorer. He can score from the inside and outside, good power, good strong base, offensive rebound, and scoring in the paint. KD Titan says, who's a better athlete, Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook? I think they're both extremely explosive athletes. They both had injuries. I like both of them athletically. I like watching either one of them just to see what they'll do athletically. I don't really have a pick between the two, and I would need some criteria really to say who's the better athlete. Will Reed says, should I use the Russell Westbrook signature program or the vertical jump manual? You should use both. Ben Thomas says, Dre, should taller, skinnier players when dribbling maintain an upper posture like Jamal Crawford or T-Mac, or get really low to the ground like smaller players like Iverson and Tim Hardaway? Smaller, more stockier players. But first of all, Allen Iverson is not stocky, and any player you name has dribbled the ball both upright and low. Tim Hardaway has dribbled the ball standing straight up. I've actually played with Tim Hardaway a few times. So has Allen Iverson. And Jamal Crawford and T-Mac have dribbled the ball crouched low. So there is no one way that any player always plays. I think some of you players are watching too many highlights and not enough of the full games. There's no one thing. There's no player who does the same thing all the time. And a lot of you get caught up in that. So, and to answer your question, Anyway, Ben, there is no way you should dribble the ball. You should know how to dribble the ball all different ways, and the way that you dribble is not based on what you should do or what somebody on TV did. It's based on what you need to do in that particular game situation. And if you can't understand that, that means you need to play in more games, you need to practice more, develop your skills, because you're lacking in both. Lacking in instincts, you're lacking in game experience. Christian Iron says, what are some things you do mentally to prepare for camps, games, etc.? Christian, just search my name, Dre Baldwin, and type in the word mental, and you'll see plenty of stuff. I've already discussed this several times in video and on my website, dreallday.com, and in full in my book, The Mirror of Motivation, and also the Mental Handbook. C. Joy Dempsey says, Hoop Handbook a book to send in the mail? No, it is not. There is no physical packaging that comes to you in the physical mail that you hold in your hand. Everything is digital. You'll be able to access it immediately on the internet upon purchase. Adrian Smith says, if I'm not the main focus or best player on the team, I don't perform as well as if I was. Is this fixable? I feel like it is just me. Is it fixable to be you're not the best player on the team, you don't play well? Is it fixable? Yeah, it's fixable by you working on your game and becoming the best player, so then you can play well. Since you think that's the only way you play well, then do what you need to do. Casey Murphy says, Dre, what's your favorite color? Favorite color is black. Shaquem Clark says, how can I get a better shot during the game? Last game was the first game I played in months due to injury. I seemed really fatigued. You know, any stamina or conditioning I can do to stop this, and I don't have $20 for a hoop handbook. Well, Shaquem, you don't have $20 for a hoop handbook, but you on YouTube, you probably need to go get a job or go buy a case of water from Walmart and then sell them for $2. Keep doing that, turn it over and over. You'll have $20 for a hoop handbook program. I have over 4,000 vids here, so if you want to know how to get conditioned, I got a whole playlist for that. If you want to know how to shoot well, I got a couple hundred videos for that. Actually, a couple thousand. Next question. Kyle Wingo says, are ankle weights good for verticals but bad for your knees? Well, it depends on the person. The exact same exercise can injure one person and be great for another person, so there's not any general answer that says ankle weights are good for this and bad for that. It depends on you, your body, and how you react. So you would have to actually use them to find out what response your body would give you, and then listen to your body from there. Next question. Zombie Op says, do I have a video for losing weight? Maybe a specific way that involves basketball. There is no one way to lose weight. Again, it's the exact same thing. Each person's body is different. What my body responds to is different from what your body responds to. So there is no one specific way to lose weight. That doesn't make sense. You have to figure out, first of all, how much weight you want to lose and what you're going to do to get there. And a way to use basketball to lose weight, is undefinable. It really depends on the person individually. There's not one general way, like, oh, if anybody in the world does this, they're going to lose weight. Because losing weight is not all about what you're doing physically. It's also about what you're eating, what kind of rest you're getting, how much water you're taking in. All those things factor in. It's not just about what you do in the gym. The Fruity Melon says, how do you consistently have the motivation to upload every day and play basketball? Fruity Melon, see my weekly motivation series, see weekly motivation number 200, where it says, what is your why? I answered this question in detail. Bill SJBA says, you ever felt like you were in a ball handling slump? Yeah, I feel like I'm in a ball handling slump if I take time away from working on my game and I'm not sharp because I haven't been practicing. But other than that, absolutely not. Harry Sherwood says, Dre, thanks for answering my questions. You're an inspiration to me. Keep up the good work. You're welcome, Harry. He says, if you're ever in England, let me know. Says, my coach is trying to turn me into a post player even though I'm a shooter. I have a built sort like Kevin Durant. I'm 6'2". Do I think I should take his advice and develop post game or just play my game? Well, Harry, if you're on the team and the coach wants you to play in the post, it's probably because that's what he needs you to do. If you want to play on the wing and be a shooter, all you need to do is open your mouth and say that to him. Same way you wrote it to me, say it to your coach. And then whatever he says, you go from there. If he says, I need you in the post, if you don't want to do it, then you probably won't be playing. You'll probably either be off the team or on the bench. And if he says, I need you in the post, then that's probably the place you need to be playing if you're going to be on that team. Simple as that. Frankie100 says, Dre, do you think if most play people like John Stockton, if most people play like John Stockton, I'd be better off because they'd be a more complete player instead of only concentrating on jumping higher? It's bad to jump higher, but can't do anything with it. What good does that do, right? Frankie Z, I guess you're just trying to project your opinion onto mine. I'm not going to completely agree. I'm not going to completely disagree. If this is what you feel, is what you feel. You're asking me to agree with your opinion is not really developed. It's not very fleshed out what you're saying here. Nobody plays like John Stockton except John Stockton. I've seen a lot of basketball players. I've only seen one John Stockton. And the way that you're talking about jumping, I'm guessing you probably don't jump that high, so you're trying to find a rationalization for why jumping high doesn't matter. Just work on your game and focus on your back. Camera cut off on me. Ator says, thanks for all the vids you've been uploading. Keep it up. You're welcome, Ator. You think running long distances is good for working on your conditioning for basketball? Again, it's the same thing. It's not any one general answer to that. It depends on how your body responds to it. You have to go do it for yourself and see what the results are. A lot of people ask me questions, oh, is this going to work? What's this going to do? A lot of people would rather talk and ask questions rather than do the work. You have to do the work if you want to see the results. Another person's results do not necessarily equal what your results will be. Only way you'll ever know what's going to happen to you is for you to go do it. Next, James Russell says, why not make the Nike Summer Series 2 game? I have no idea. I don't work for Nike. I'm not affiliated with Nike. I didn't ask Nike why I didn't make it, nor do I really care. And neither did they tell me why I didn't make it. And that's that. Noah Watson Jr. says, do you smoke or drink, and how do these things affect your athleticism? No, I don't smoke or drink. And this is kind of like no, you know this is common sense. You know that smoking and drinking has never made anybody a better athlete, right? So you know that smoking and drinking is not good for you. That's why alcohol is a thing that we take in small doses. Most of the time, somebody who drinks too much alcohol, what happens to them? Things go bad. Their life goes bad, their body gets bad, their mind goes bad. Smoking is the exact same thing. Now, I know somebody might say, well, such and such was drinking and he scored 50 points, or Allen Iverson smoked weed and he's a Hall of Famer. Well, guess what? You're not that guy, you're not Allen Iverson. And that's for everybody. It's not just one person, all of you. Smoking and drinking is not good for you. It's common sense. You all know that. You all know eating fried chicken and cake and candy and sugary foods and drinks are not going to make your body better. You already know that. You already know vegetables and fruits and whatever other good foods will make your body perform better. You know, they're not going to make you worse. So all of you, just use your common sense when it comes to stuff like that. Mustafa Idris says, do you still play pro? You look for a team to sign with overseas? Mustafa, I just addressed this probably in each of the last 3 Q&As, so watch one of those, including the video you commented on. Last question, Joey Long says, I was wondering, if you play competitive basketball or do you work out and upload videos? Why do you have to do one or the other? It's not an either or, it's both. Next, that's it. Thank you everybody for the questions this week. Q&A is done. I'm about to go give me something to eat. I'm hungry as a motherfucker. Anybody got questions, leave them in the comments to this video. Make sure you make them good, man. Don't waste my time and everybody else's time with a dumbass question. Work on your fucking game. DreAllDay.com. Thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you check back next week for another Q&A video where I take your questions. All my most popular videos are up here. Follow me on your favorite social networks over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all my new content coming out every day on this channel. Work on your game.